I don't know if you notice, these guitars sound a little different the way that I play them. I tune these to open tunings, generally. One of them is in a standard tuning, or a couple of them, but generally these are in open tunings. And what that means, generally the guitar is in this tuning back here. Let's see if I can do this. Which doesn't sound like very much. And it requires that when you play it, everything has to be fingered. All the chords, everything always has to be held down. So that right there, it's not really in tune to anything just as it is. And that's the standard tuning of the guitar. And it's actually the most versatile tuning of the guitar because you can play in all the keys very easily. But an interesting thing happened years ago in Hawaii. Mexico took an interest in Hawaii and moved a bunch of cowboys down there to start raising cattle there. And they all brought with them guitars. And they eventually left, and all these guitars stayed there. And the Hawaiians didn't know how to play guitar, no one had taught them. And it's not intuitive. That sound is not intuitive at all. And your first thought would be that's something wrong with that, and we need to change that, which that's what I would think too. And they just started turning the pegs on here until it sounded nice, until it sounded like that. And so they developed all these different open tunings. It's totally non-standard guitar playing, not the way it was, invented to be played, but because they didn't know what they were supposed to do, this whole style of playing developed called slack key guitar, which eventually people in America called it that because they didn't know what else to call it because they were making the keys slack. And so this whole style of guitar playing came from Hawaii just because they didn't know what they were doing and they were playing it wrong. And this whole style of playing evolved there, and then eventually those guitars and those performers came over to America and started playing, and this whole style of guitar, and even though I don't play really what I would call Hawaiian guitar, the technique of tuning it to these open tunings came from this mistake made by these Hawaiian guitarists because the instrument didn't make any sense to them. And it's pretty interesting how a whole style has come from just that, people picking it up and trying to make it sound good. So that's where this comes from.